Good morning, everybody. Pastor Nate Borman here, one of the pastors at Mount Lebanon Lutheran Church, here for a daily devotional thought. We are continuing to make our way through the Psalms. We're in Psalm 96 today. We've shifted in our questions this week from what's your image? How do you characterize God in His Word? How do you characterize God? We're moving on to a slightly different question. And what's your response to that? When you see God as He is, how do you respond to Him when you begin to know God, when you begin to see God as He really is? How do you respond to Him? What's the response of your heart to the God who is as He is? We've talked about God's tenderness and God's compassion. We've talked about God's mercy and grace. We've also talked about God's power and might, that our God, when He speaks, He shakes the mountains, that He is powerful and mighty. He's a lion, and He's not a tame lion. So don't trifle with Him, is maybe what I'm trying to say. So our God is not just it's a both and. It's God's tenderness, mercy, compassion, care, love, grace, mercy, all those things. It's that, and it's God's power and might and justice. And so what we're trying to do is let's fill in the picture of who God is, and then let's ask the next question: what is our heart's response? What is our response to Him? And the response that the psalmist begins to think about, and you'll see this more as we can keep reading through these Psalms of the 90s. Psalm 95, and we're in 96 today, 97, 98, these Psalms of the 90s, as I'm calling them. These Psalms really speak not just, they speak about the greatness and the glory and the majesty of God. And in this particular Psalm 96, as in there's a few other Psalms like it, where there's actually a call to say, give God what is His due. See, there's another question, isn't there? What do we owe God? What is God's due for who He is and what He's done? And you have to ask, I guess we have to ask that question the right way. It's not that we have to pay God back. Let's be very clear that our relationship with God is not predicated or built upon the things that we do for Him, but rather because of all that God has done for us. What do we owe Him? What should we ascribe to Him? What do we give Him credit for? We give Him credit for everything that He's done. We give God the glory. We give God the credit. We ascribe to Him what is His due, and His due is praise. All things are His, and so what is His due? What do we owe Him? Nothing in terms of our salvation, but everything in terms of our praise. Everything in songs of our worship. Everything in terms of our song, and that's the response that the psalmist really speaks to today. That he says, okay, this is the very first word of the psalm: sing. Because God is as He is, because God has done for you what He has done for you through Jesus and throughout your entire life, because God is who He is, because God has done for you what He has done for you, the heart's response, the response that we give is a song. A song. We sing a song to the God who saved us. We sing a song to the God who created us. We sing a song to the God who walks shoulder to shoulder with us. We sing a song to the God who has done so much for us. So listen to these words and receive the encouragement. This is, at least in part, the foundation psalm for Joy to the World. You'll maybe notice it as I read it to you. Psalm 96. The psalmist says, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord, praise His name. Proclaim His salvation day after day. Declare His glory among the nations, His marvelous deeds among all peoples. For great is the Lord, and most worthy is praise. Why do we sing? Because He is worthy of it. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before Him. Strength and glory are in His sanctuary. Again, we're asking the question, what is God like? Ascribe to the Lord, all you families of nations. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due His name. What do we owe God? We give him credit give him glory for what he's done. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name, bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship, here it is again, that's what we talked about yesterday. He's worthy of our worship. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. He's a king, he's in charge. The world is firmly established, it cannot be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity. So let the heavens rejoice. Can you hear joy of the world? Let the earth be glad. Let the sea resound and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant and everything in them. Let all the trees of the forest sing for joy. Let all creation rejoice before the Lord, for he comes. He comes. He comes to judge the earth. He comes to judge the world in righteousness and the peoples with equity. So what's our response to the God who has created us, the God who has redeemed us, the God who's cleansed us, the God who has saved us? What's our response? It's singing. It's joy. It's worship. It's giving God the glory that is due his name. So do it today. Sing a song. Sing a song of your Savior. Sing a song of his greatness. Sing a song of his glory. Not just with musical notes, but with the whole life that you live. Our whole life is a song. Our whole life is a song to the God who saved us. Sing a song to him today, dear people of God. Have a great day. I pray that the Lord would bless this day for you, that he would be with you, that he would strengthen you. Have a great day. The Lord be with you all and grant you his peace.